Ayo, what is going on? It's your boy X coming at y'all with a brand new video, and in this video we're going to be covering the best snipe filters to use right now in NBA 2K21 Myteam. So if you guys are excited, make sure you guys like the video down below, comment snipe filters you guys are using, or how much MT are you sitting at right now. After I sell the cards that I've picked up, to do some challenges, I'll probably be myself somewhere around 150 to 200k, which is pretty lackluster, but let me know what you guys are at, and make sure you guys subscribe if you guys are new. We are on that road to 10k subscribers, so it would mean a lot to me if you could just hit that sub button. So if I'm being honest, I haven't done a lot of sniping in the game currently, because if I can show you guys, I'll show you guys. There's a bit of a glitch that happens with a lot of the cards in the auction house right now, and I know some people have it affect them a good bit, and other people really don't have it affect them at all. And you'll see some of these cards, for example, you could buy it out of the auction house and it's still there. So you can see these are at like 2 hours and they're still showing up that they haven't been bought, but they have been bought, if that makes sense. So none of these cards actually are available for you to buy on the auction house because somebody has already done it, but they're still showing up in the auction house, which can make sniping pretty difficult, and has made it really annoying when I've tried to do it. Like, I have sniped a few cards, a Darren Williams or two, and almost a few Manus, but every time you go and search, if one pops up for 100k, for example, on Dominique Wilkins, it's gonna stay there for at least a good 5 minutes or so, just because of how the auction house is. So beware of that if you do see one that's popping up, you're going to want to prepare to start hitting towards the left. And if you guys aren't understanding it, if a card is still left up in the auction house, like for example, if this was the Dominique that was still up, every time we search, just automatically be pressing that over to the right button to give yourself the best chance at getting that. And also, when you are sniping, if you know that cards are going to be popping up, for example, if we're doing the Dominique Wilkins filter right here, whenever we are having that searching button right before cards are popping up, make sure you're spamming that X button. That way, as soon as the card pops up, you're hitting X and you'll go into the settings to buy it, and then you can hit down X again if you need to, as quick as possible to get some of these snipes. So our first big filters are going to be with the obvious big boys that are going over 100k. If you see cards that are going over 100k, they're ones you're going to want to snipe. And for the cards that are above 100k, that'll give you some good profit margin, we have Dominique Wilkins, who is going just a good bit over 100k. There's Manu Ginobili, who sometimes can go over 100k, but it's an iffy one, so I'd be careful with that. Giannis Antetokounmpo's Diamond, who again is going a good bit above 100k, and that's 130. You can at least net yourself a good like 20-ish k of profit right there, which is wonderful, like wonderful. This Kevin Durant's Diamond occasionally will go above 100k depending on the type of shoes and things on him, so it is one that you could look at for possible sniping ability. And for playoff underdogs, Kyrie Irving, again, it goes a bit above 100k. Some of the Kyries actually go for like 160 or something like that, depending on the type of shoe and badged out version of the card that you can get. So if you can snipe one that's badged out that somebody accidentally threw up, you could definitely get some nice ones. And this Dikembe Mutombo, again, is one of those cards that occasionally will go for 100k and occasionally won't. I think mine sold for like exactly 100k buyout last night, and we have one that's going for 120 because it's got a nice shoe on it. So it's all based on whatever the things on it are. So those are just the general cards that will go for a little bit, but other than that, most cards are going for below. Actually, I did forget, we also have Lamar Odom, who's going for almost 200k. Big bags on Lamar Odom, as well as maybe the Ben Wallace. I forgot to check him earlier. Yeah, Ben Wallace. I forgot there's a few of them. So those are big ballers that you can check out and sit on snipe filters. But if I had to recommend ones that you should sit on, definitely look at Dominique and Giannis as your two, because the new packs are out. So they're your big boys to be looking at. So for other filters, obviously you saw me look at it earlier. The silver filter is one that I always recommend for people that are on a lower amount of MT. It varies depending on the day of which you want this maximum buyout to be, but what I recommend you do is go ahead and search up some of the prices of them, see what the lowest one is. I think it's probably going to be somewhere around like 1.1 to 1K. Some of them can go a little bit cheaper. But you can see there's a lot that go up for very, very cheap that you can pick up for like 750 MT. So it's a good way to increase your collector level if you do need to, or just to flip a few of these cards. Now, obviously, I don't really know what the prices on a lot of these are going for because, again, I haven't sniped too much. But either way, you're really not going to be losing too much MT. We picked up a Garrett Temple and a Justin James for like 750 MT, so it's really nice, and it's a filter that you're going to want to sit on if you have lower amounts of MT, because obviously these are all very, very cheap, and there's certain cards that actually do go for quite a bit of MT, which is pretty nice. So we can see the Garrett Temple that we got here, at least 1.3, 1.2 that we're picking up. We got him for about 750 MT, so it looks like we could at least flip him for a K. And be perfectly fine with that. So pretty small profit margins, but if you are somebody who doesn't have a lot of MT, this easy snipe filter, you can see we got 2 right there that we can at least sell for a K. Nice and easy MT on those. It is a very high competition filter, so if you aren't the quickest with your snipes, you will miss out on some of them, but you can get some pretty nice ones to slowly move up in your collector level. Then once you get to the big dogs and you're starting to get a little bit more MT, you can move up to the Amethyst 2020 current NBA filter, which is very nice because we have a lot of different cards that are up in Amethyst. You know, Steph Curry, who goes for a bag, LeBron and Anthony Davis, who also go for a bag, Giannis, who I think I pulled and sold for about 18K last night, which is massive. And then you have the cheaper ones you can see, like James Harden and Kawhi Leonard down there at the bottom. So what I would recommend is you're going to be searching for Kawhi Leonard and James Harden a little bit more because they're the more common snipes. They're definitely the more common snipes. That's what you're going to be looking for, but you do get the occasional LeBron James, occasional Anthony Davis, and people that are sleeping on it a little bit. So what I recommend, come in here, check out the cards, what the lowest is going for. I think it is 14,400 that we're getting. Yeah, we have 14,450 that we have on this James Harden, and that's the lowest. But what I'm going to do is take 14,400, and then we're going to subtract 10% from that, which should be like 1,440 MT from it. So 12,960 is actually that max point that we break even for. If you guys don't know why we're doing that, whenever you sell a card, you get a 10% tax on your MT, which is really nice. So if we search by 12,950 and sell that card for 14,400, we make 10 MT every single time. But obviously, I'm going to go a little bit lower and search about 12K. And that's a trick you can do to make a snipe filter by yourself on any of the cards that are out. But this is one that's just nice and easy. Come down, refresh the auction house by dropping down your maximum bid. Nice and easy. And it should be pretty fine. Again, this isn't one of the more consistent filters because obviously these amethysts are pretty rare. They're not something that pop up a lot. But if you do get the occasional one that's a nice, 2K MT, sometimes you can make, if you get Curry or LeBron James, sometimes you can make a nice 20K MT profit, and it's a really nice time when you see those ones pop up and can add them to your auction house. Other than that, you're going to want to make sure you go into the pack market, check out who is there, and obviously we have Dominique Wilkins and Giannis like we talked about earlier. It's the big dogs you want to check out, but Eric Gordon is providing some really nice snipe filters for people that are a little bit lower on MT, as well as the Amethyst, giving you a little bit more profit margin if you have more MT, which is really, really nice. So if we check out Aaron Gordon, who doesn't go for that much MT if we do look at it, very, very cheap, really going for the same price as some of these silver cards. So it's basically the same thing. We have Aaron Gordon, who is going for 1.3-ish, so I would just throw it down to about 1K, and you can go through and keep flipping through these. Should be a pretty consistent filter because people see the Ruby Eric Gordon and just chuck him away for no reason, because he's really not worth too much if we're being honest, and you can get a few of them for sometimes even below discard value and can make a bag of MT. If you guys are wondering what that means, if you look at this ruby, we can sell them for 800. Sometimes you can get a ruby for like 750, and you don't even need to throw them back up on the auction house. You could just quick sell them and make your MT back, which is really, really nice. Obviously, the cards that dropped as well in the Idol series, we do have Michael Cooper as well as Willis Reed, and again, they provide some really good sniping opportunities as well, just for people that have a little bit higher MT mark, because Michael Cooper has some nice XP challenges for him, which increase his price value a good margin. So I think he goes for somewhere between like 6 to 8k MT depending on the time of day. We got a few down for 450, but yeah, you can see that they already have been bought, which is going to make this filter a little bit more difficult to search through, which is always lovely. But it shows you that there are some snipes that pop up. We have 7,600 for our cheapest, which probably just popped up. But yeah, somewhere around the 8k mark. So what we're going to be searching for, and this Michael Cooper, is probably about 6,500, which is really, really nice. Move our maximum bid up and just keep filtering through here. And you can see I'm already pressing over on the right D-pad to get us over for that newest one that pops up, because we already know that both of these have been bought out and we can't buy them ourselves, and they're really just a distraction. But it shows you of why sniping can be a little bit annoying when you're doing these. And then the last thing I want you guys to do, other than, you know, checking out the new pack markets and things like that, is always go over to the season agenda and check out what's in the season awards. For example, these daily ones actually just dropped during the recording of this. You can see score 4 points with any PG, with a player from the Magic earn 3 blocks and 3 rebounds in any game, and win a single game of Triple Threat Online with 3 players from the 2020 Pelicans. After some of the NBA games, like the finals games, if Anthony Davis or Jimmy Butler come out and have a massive game, you could see a separate moment section with a bunch of MT or XP challenges for those cards, and it's going to drive the price of them higher. I think the one that might give you some nice MT making opportunities is this Magic one with 3 blocks and 3 rebounds in any game, just because only certain cards can get those 3 blocks and 3 rebounds. So if we went to the current Magic, it would probably be Nikola Vucevic that might go for a little bit extra. Actually, pretty good. This Nikola Vucevic usually goes for like 600 MT, and it's a bit of a price increase up to like 1.5k, which is pretty nice. So there's a little sniping opportunity that you can find there with Nikola Vucevic, or maybe even Jonathan Isaac. Other cards that have even dropped in the premium collections that are Magic players can definitely help you out, but I'm not exactly sure if we've gotten any of those, so that might not help you out. But make sure you're always checking that out to see if you can get the most up-to-date snipe filters and fun stuff like that, because it can give you some really nice sniping opportunities if they come out. Like tomorrow, I would definitely recommend checking out on Monday if the new moments challenges are going to come out based off of the Lakers and Heat's performance tonight in the game, which hopefully is going to be a close one. So let me know what you guys thought of this video. Make sure you drop a like down below if you did enjoy, and comment down below again, how much MT are you sitting at in 2K21 right now after all of your sniping maybe that you've been doing or grinding on the game. Make sure you guys subscribe if you guys are new. We're on that road to 10k subscribers. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you all in the next video.